Huybrechts! And now, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Netherlands, the newly crowned Premier League champion and the five-time champion of the world, Raymond and Barneveld!
Like a Rocky movie, this, isn't it? Barney fighting for Dutch survival at the World Cup of Darts after Kim Huybrechts' inspired performance beating Michael van Gerwen. Belgium 1-0 up. Can Belgium go through to the semi-final? What do you think? At Sky Sports Darts, our Twitter account. Netherlands against Belgium. Will it go to a doubles decider? Let's find out. John Pard, Rod Studd.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, inspired indeed from Kim Huybrechts, averaging almost 107 in coming back from 2-0 down against the world champion Michael van Gerwen to win 4-2 and set it up for his brother Ronnie Huybrechts to finish the job against the Premier League champion Raymond van Barneveld. Barney backstage must have been thinking halfway through that game that he'd be coming out to land the knockout blow here, but instead he has to win to keep Holland in the tournament, and that creates its own kind of pressure, John, doesn't it? Heaps pressure on the great Dutchman.
Well, you know, he's got the quality to do it, and I think we saw a similar situation yesterday in the Welsh game, and Richie Burnett had to dig deep and use his experience and withstand it. A fantastic challenge from Strosic, but he managed to do it, pull it off, get to the pairs, and I think Raymond will be fairly comfortable and assured that he can perform at the level he needs to. The one drawback here, though, is it is Belgium's advantage. Ronnie has the advantage. He just has to hold his throw 4 times.
It's as simple as that. Ronnie Huybrechts, a man who has beaten Phil Taylor in TV play last summer in the Euros. And then went on to knock Robert Thornton out of the same tournament. Topped his group in the Grand Slam. I think Adrian Lewis along the way. It was last November. And this would be the second upset of the day, because we saw earlier a magnificent Brendan Dolan-inspired performance by Northern Ireland to knock out the fancied Scots. And Dolan and Michael Manson will play the winners of this tie. Well, only Ronnie knows why he was throwing at the ball there. Over 200 behind, or adrift to the finishing line, should I say. So advantage Barney against the darts here.
Oh, rather unlucky darts at the scoring segment there. Barney straight in. Very frustrating. When you miss all three right on the wires and your opponent walks up in the first start straight to hard to the treble. I think he's got a different target than you. And Barney poised to easily break this first leg.
58. And loser requires 72.
He'll hope for 2 darts at double. He'll only get 1. Double 16.
56.
Convincing from RBB. We haven't seen the 170 this week. This will be a very good time for Ronnie to post one.
It's always a good time, it feels like, when you're on stage and you have 170 and you get it.
59.
It never feels like it was bad.
And loser requires 16.
It's double 8 for Barney.
Game on the first leg. Second leg.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense, it's almost Barney's going through the motions here. He's so assured. Of course, he puts off that very relaxed aura anyway at this
57.
stage of his career that, you know, is hard to read, but you know, he looks like a man who firmly believes there will be a pairs.
And a quirk of sporting fate, both players beat Rodriguez in their singles match in the second round.
44.
Ronnie beat Roby John of Austria 4-0, and Barney beat Carlos of Spain 4-1, both averaging just shy of 90.
140.
Well spotted, Rod.
Thank you, John.
I think the rod was the giveaway, wasn't it?
34.
Well, the equation's switched round from the one you mentioned at the start about having to hold throw. Now it's Barney who simply needs to hold throw. And we use simple in inverted commas. He keeps holding throw now. He'll get the job done and get the Dutch through to a doubles decider.
Well, yeah, Ronnie's showing some good life, though. 1-3-4 last turn, and this turn really putting some heat on Barney. Although Barney, you'd have to say, still has full control if he just executes in 6 from there. 1 treble a turn, he's got that done. So there's a decent outshot chance or opportunity. 104. We expect this caliber of Barney to at least be getting a shot at double. 5 disappointing first start for Ronnie. Good adjustment. 118, so if he only had a single, would have left a nice simple 100 out. But he's done better. He's down to 64. So Barney must make a good effort here. Needs the treble 18. No. Chance for Huybrechts. Breaks back straight away.
Belgium requires 64.
Ronnie Huybrechts taking his time. He knows the importance. He knows the possible magic of this moment. He's got 2 darts. A double 8 after that pinpoint strike on treble 16. And the match is level. The match is level. Super finish in the circumstances.
Yeah, a brilliant composed finish from Ronnie. And, you know, it's a little odd because the brothers, Kim and Ronnie, and they have such differing styles that you would have thought they'd play together a lot. They would have quite similar styles, but they don't. And the slow pace, the methodical, the deliberate outshots with each dart excruciatingly, you know, looked at. That suits Ronnie. That makes him play better. Whereas Kim, he just needs to go up and fire them in.
37.
Well, they were brilliant here last year, weren't they? Going all the way to the final. It took Phil Taylor and Adrian Lewis to stop them. Who knows? It could be repeated, that final today. They're in opposite halves of the draw. We'll see Taylor and Lewis a little later on this afternoon. But first, Belgium have got to get past the Dutch Dream Team.
Now, although Raymond has a very relaxed and somewhat slow delivery himself, I don't think the slow pace and all the waiting time and thinking time is really helping him here. I think he's standing back there far too long than he'd like, waiting to throw.
Well, Ronnie and Raymond have never met. I mean, obviously they've met, but they've never played each other in a TV match or any match. So it is a new experience. Sure, he recognises Ronnie Huybrechts.
For sure, and you know, this is a better start. When you're throwing more intermittently, as well, taking longer between turns, not by choice, but you're more dependent on what happens with the first dart. Yeah, the last turn before he had a sloppy 5 and couldn't really recover. That time lands in the treble 20 and it's okay, bang, bang, follow it in, just nice and smooth. So the first dart, that's the key. So now this could be an iffy turn. It's kind of stabbing at the treble, but does a good job, leaves the tops, and a break chance will come.
Previous two legs both went against the darts. Barneveld looking to make that a hat-trick of breaks of throw.
65.
And in his pole position, so to do. Tops. 10. Well, just slide it in. Yeah, he nods his head. He knew after that first attempt at double 10 it was there for him. The opportunity. Barney back in business. 2 more legs and we go to doubles.
Yes, and you know, this match, well played, but all breaks. 46. So makes things very interesting psychologically. As a player, you don't know what to really think. All of a sudden, it's just hold my throw when I should win, and that's the oddity. You try too hard.
He looks pensive, doesn't he, Raymond van Barneveld?
He's really just hoping with the first dart it gets in that treble.
87.
He has no feel, really, no rhythm, and you can still have rhythm as a slower player, but it's all that thinking time back there.
It just looks like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders here at Raymond van Barneveld. And no sportsman. Oh, we said individual sportsmen, golfers who play in the Ryder Cup, it's just completely different. The darts players here say the same thing because you feel that you're playing for someone else as well as yourself. It's so much easier just to deal with your own thoughts as an individual.
Well, you're playing for your partner. You're playing for your country. Those are the two obvious ones, but you're also playing for every other player in your country that would love to be in your shoes, and you know it. And they're evaluating how you do as opposed to them. You know it. Of course, with Raymond and MVG, I mean, there's not too much question about they deserving to be there, but still, you want to reaffirm that and prove that. You don't just take it for granted when you represent your country.
95.
I have to say it's been a shoddy leg with the darts here for Barney because he's thrown a dozen darts and only scored 288 points. Oh, Ronnie now, will he go for it? Will he go for it, or will he be pragmatic?
130.
No, I think it would have been a good time, Rod, for a 170.
Never a bad time, John.
You could have rocked the place, but
70.
it was such a key break moment, and then he'll just have to hold his throw, which we say no one's done that yet. But double 16, good job, smart man, a wise man,
And a nervous man watching. Kim Huybrechts did his job, averaged almost 107 in beating Michael van Gerwen.
Well, as fast as Kim likes to play, it must be excruciating watch a match at this pace that means so much to him.
Well, there are those players who just simply just go and sit outside in Kim Huybrechts' shoes and just wait for someone to tell them results. There's nothing you can do. You're just getting yourself worked up about things you can't control. Barneveld must break, either in this leg or the last one. There's Kim. Well, Kim Cam is providing some great pictures. Can you tell us what that's like, John, even in that kind of situation as a member of the Canadian team, obviously?
Well, I think I played second, so last time in that situation. Actually, I kind of didn't even know the result when time Ken McNeil beat Phil, and I was going ready to play. I was so focused on just trying to deal with Adrian. I didn't know the result when Ken was coming off. I didn't know he had won. So, I was quite pleased after I won against Adrian to then find that out. Although it was all for naught.
In the end, yeah. A couple of years ago now. Oh, Ronnie, that's superb. It's beyond superb.
77.
That could be a killer blow because Barney was looking in pole position in this leg. He may well still set up. Needs the treble to leave double 18. And he's done that. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff from both players.
So for the first hold of this mini match, probably treble 20 to leave double 12. The 14s. Will he like his brother hit treble? No. He's going to need a bull to hold his throw. Barney's on 36, his favorite.
59.
Good effort. Not good enough.
Raymond van Barneveld's favourite double is double 18. Not today. Double 9, and now this is a twitchy one. A very twitchy one. Oh, this is fantastic. That is fantastic in the circumstances, John. When you can barely keep your hand from shaking to nail that double 9 there.
Well, and got past that other dart. It wasn't that close on the board, but I think the flight was awkward. And Barney kind of shrugged his shoulders like, how would I do that? And I think literally he did not know.
Breathtaking opening salvo from Barneveld. Last dart in hand, double 9. Then the 180. Remember, every leg in this match has been won by the man throwing second. A single hold from Raymond van Barneveld puts Holland through.
60.
Well, glimmer of hope for Ronnie Huybrechts. A 60 from Barneveld. And exactly the first dart he needed. And the second. 40's enough to certainly get Barney thinking.
The look from Barneveld could be translated as, will you ever go away?
57.
But when we talk about players enjoying playing, well, I can guarantee you Barney is not enjoying this at all.
This is more of an ordeal than a darts match for Barneveld.
60.
It will be a relief if he wins. It will not be any feeling of joy anyway, because they've got to win another game. He leads by 13 plus these. He'd pay a lot of his fortune for another treble. There it is.
Well, I think at the beginning of this leg, if he could be in the situation he is right now, he'd be very happy. But that doesn't mean to say Ronnie can't deliver some pressure at treble 19 would leave tops. He has. How much pressure on the 64 for Barneveld? He needs to get 2 darts for double, you feel, with a treble.
He's won the World Championship 5 times. He's got 1 dart here to put Holland into a decider. Oh, Barney! That's the big double. The double 16. 5 times World Champion. He's had some massive wins. Won the Premier League a few weeks ago, but you have to put that performance right up there. From Raymond van Barneveld, the big man, produces the big performance, and we will go to a doubles decider.